One more time, it is a very brand new month. That's April. And of course, I want to say thank you so much for still keeping it on Western Television. And your host, Lady Bits, is back one more time. A very good morning to you. We all know that a bright day starts with greetings from your loved ones. I want to say today is year 3rd of April 2024. Just yesterday, but one was actually April Fool's Day. I guess we are not that, fooled by your loved ones, by your colleague, workmates, and so forth. Sometimes, things happen and you realize that you've been fooled so terribly. But anyways, let's brush that off. All we need to do is stay focused. Wherever you are, I guess you are at your business premises. Hope all is moving on well. And today, if you can see where we are, we're in a very lovely place, a very adorable place, and of course, it is a business talk and business discussion happening right on a West Nile Television. And I am your host. We'll be moving up to 11 a.m. One solid hour for me and you to learn something. In case of anything, you're going to be following us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, follow us on watch us live on Zoko TV channel 0073 and capture all other information that will be relaying right there for you. West Nile Television, we're lighting up the region. I'll be right back to introduce my guest and tell you where we are. Good morning. Well then, allow me introduce you my guest for today's session of the Business Bank on West Nile Television. A gentleman is a very young guy, and of course he is an entrepreneur at the same time. And sometimes it's I'm doing something willingly, and we're gonna be learning from him. What inspired you, the challenges, benefits, quite a number of things we'll be learning from him. Well then, yes, you're most welcome to West Nile Television, and allow me to take this opportunity to say hello to you. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. It's a real pleasure to have you and the team of the West Nile TV in discussing matters concerning business, more especially in the current situation of our economy. I would like once to say you people are welcome. My name is Marvin's Fashions, as you all know, and I deal with the fashion. At the same time, I also do other hustles.
That's really interesting. Dealing with the fashion design, it's not really easy, but of course, quite a number of things that we'll be learning from this gentleman. Like I did say, he's a very young soul. So just imagine him telling himself, like us, I'm called Marvin Fashions and so forth and so forth. Expect a lot. I personally also expect a lot. So as a viewer, let's keep it on and we hear more from Marvin. Yes, Marvin, can you kindly tell us more about yourself, being a fashion designer and so forth? Maybe we'll have to know and learn something from you.
Okay. Actually, there's a lot about me. I not start this with the fashion. I started it with a different stuff. It was a phone kind of accessory. So I was doing that back in 2019. I was selling phones in South Sudan. So later on, I realized that the consumption rate or the market situation, the business was not all going well with the phone. So I decided to also cook my brain and see if I can create something which is much effective for me, and which also helped me like to raise my income from what I currently had that time. So I thought of so many things. Out of it, I decided to say I need to work with fashion. So I started that in that very year. Of course, it was also a kind of a side hustle, not my main hustle. As I said, the main hustle was a phone accessory. So I was doing that up to 2020, and I know we all know that period. It was a hardest kind of thing since we were in a pandemic. So things were real hard, and the hustle was not all moving well. So I keep like tripping on it up to 2021. So 2021, it really became a stable kind of brand, and I quitted a phone accessory. I decided to deal with the fashion in the meantime. And it was actually not my dream course. I did a different course, but since I loved fashion, in that very year of 2021, I also go ahead, like I pursue some short time course concerning the fashion. So I had been doing it since from 2021, 2019 up to 2021. When I went to the course, I pursued the course. When the course was done, I came back to the field. And when I was there in school, at least, I also had my brother. Yeah, I had him, so he was helping me back when I was in school. So I mostly come like after class hours and also do the hustle with him. So we started doing it like that, and then it becomes a main brand kind of stuff for me, and I've been doing it in a full time, and most of my times I've been doing it. So from also there, as I said, the business have been coping up well, and from the brands we had to also extend to another branch, which was also far away from that town that I was locating. So we started this, and reaching to 2020, we had some issues, which was inflation in our exchange rate. The dollar rate, that time it was like kind high. So due to that inflation, so many things started, like the challenges, started experiencing them business-wise. Those challenges, there had been like a kind of a decline. To me, business started coming down, and at the same time, we also face other challenges like paying a lot of taxes to the other side. There's a difference between like that side and this side of Uganda in terms of paying the taxes. More especially, foreigners, they are paying more than the citizens. So due to that challenge plus high inflation in the exchange rate, I also thought like being in Sudan should not be my main base. I also maybe find another place to hustle, so that I will see if it can help me from both sides to create a stability on my side, whereby I'll not lose that like financial kind of control. So from that year, I went to a place called Iga. It is in Central Africa, downtown Zambia. So I was also there for some time, like some 9 months. So after that, I raised some little money. I also changed that place, Central Zambia. I went to Eastleigh, that is in Nairobi town. I started doing the hustle there. So it was also going well. It was going well. Later on, I decided like I need to come and create something home. So from that side of Nairobi, I come straight. And when I was there in Nairobi, still the other branch in South Sudan is operating, and they are doing well. So I come and I create this one here in Arua. Of course, it is my hometown, so I should not be living outside without leaving a foundation like at home. So that's how I've been doing it. And when we started this, it was very little kind of thing. It was not something that could bring a focus of people, or the intention or the mindset of people towards it. It was a little thing. But since as an entrepreneur, you always don't look at the factors of capital as much as it is necessary in business. But the main thing I always consider, to me, in business is the skills you have, the entrepreneurial skills you have. So as I said, the business was really little, because I started it with a little capital. But from there, we started I really trying. I started trying hard to see if I can brand the business, and to see if I can transform it to something which is very good, and something which could bring people towards me, and see how I can raise some kind of money out of it. So we started it, and it wasn't me alone. I had my sister behind me. So she's also in school, but she helps me a lot. Oftentimes I'm not around, because I have the different hustles in different places. I always move a lot. So I've been not that stationary kind of a business personnel. So I've been moving. So I've been the one helping me out all this while. So we started it. It was real hard, but as you said, we keep trying and tripping on it. And for now, as you can see, we're far away from where we started. And in our due course of doing this, the there was also a kind of challenges, as you said, in business. It's not all that like you're making money or the profit. There's always challenges that are coming, and for me, I always seen them as challenges, but I also seen them like a strengthening factor to me, because as an entrepreneur, you need to come out, like for you to set a well complete project, you always need to outcome so many challenges. And these challenges as much as they're challenges, but at the same time they can also help you to strengthen yourself.
Basically concerning the challenges that will come a little bit later, I first really need to learn something when it comes to the idea of you coming up with a fashion, and you did hint about you are dealing with a phone accessory. It reached a point, I think things were not working out. You felt, I need to first leave this and move to the other. So when you moved for a fashion, did you completely quit a phone accessory, or it kept on operating at the same time you were managing a fashion, or you left the other one, you moved with one? If you are handling both of them, how easy was it for you managing it?
As I said, when I create the idea of the fashion, I didn't quit the phone accessory, because it was where I started to raise my capital. So you know how hard it is, like to take away your foundation and you rely on the structure. It's not going to stand all that. So I'd been doing them both, but when I reached the point whereby the fashion kind of thing started to become my main hustle, I decided to do a kind of partnership. I had a friend, and he was also someone who had some kind of money, but he didn't have ideas of doing the business. So where to put the money. So I told him, also try to create another project which is different from the phone accessory, but since he had the capital, we had to team up. And I also gave him the necessary skills of what you're supposed to use in running the particular business. So from there, I brought him in, we started it, and we've been doing it with him until today. We're doing it. Okay.
So basically, when you left South Sudan for, you said Zanzibar? Zambia. And then when you went to central Zambia, from there the business was still operating in South Sudan, and your colleague was taking full responsibility of it in your absence. And from there you proceeded to Nairobi, and things were still working on well. Now when you decided, like, single-handedly you want to shift your business to Arua, your own hometown, you left Zambia, you left Nairobi, at the same time as South Sudan, but you hinted earlier on that when you were the other side, Juba was still operating well, the business in South Sudan was doing well. And actually, as you are hustling the other side, things are moving on Al-Shamli. Now, looking at your situation right now, do you still have that business in South Sudan, or it's now no more? That is one. Secondly, how about the phone accessory? Do you still operate it as a side hustle, or you completely forgo it?
I need to start answering you with the phone accessory. It's going on, but there's a way of us doing it. Since I'm not like having most of my times there, I had to create a situation whereby I left my friend running every steps. But at the end of the month, I will see how much we made, and if it is okay, we always go for 40-60. He takes 60% of what he made, and then he gives me the 40, because he also had other things to work on in the business. It's not all that the profit, but he used it, maybe the 20% in running those other things like payment of tax, rents, and other daily expenditures. So he used the 40. So that's how we're doing it, 40-60. So the hustle is operating normal, and then the fashion, it is there. As I said, I started it in Sudan. So when I came up with the idea of creating something at home, it was not necessary for me to shift it all to this side. Actually, I did not pick anything from South Sudan, like money or like the materialistic things. I did not pick it. So what I did was, like, during my time in Nairobi, I was working under someone. So the man had been getting, I used it to come and create this project. That's why I said when we started it, it was real small and it was hard to do, simply because I did not like get something from that side to put it on the business to see it goes like big in a short while. So I just wanted to create something with a little and it becomes big. So that was my main aim of coming here. Not that I quitted the hustle. I mean, I shifted the hustle from there to here to be my main base. Actually, my main branch is that side of South Sudan, because if I would decide to bring it all here, it's going to affect me, like in getting some of the I used to make that. So that's how I'm doing it, because it is the same hustle and they're all operating. And the other thing is, as we are doing the fashion, it's not all that we deal in selling of the clothes alone. We also like have other services that we offered within the fashion. So normal when those services, like the gigs for those services came in, it always needs to me to travel to South Sudan for me to cover them, because without me it's also impossible kind of thing. That's why I always travel there at least every month and I use 2 weeks to do the hustle that side. So all in all, they're working.
I was actually about asking how you manage, to check on the other business and at the same time running this business. Businessmen always have that time for their business, but they don't have time for other things apart from business. When the mind is about money, they focus on that. But anyways, that's why I always say that dream big, but start small. The moment you start small, you are dreaming and achieving something else, Shamli, you realize that the aim that you set this business for is really working perfectly well. You can get that right from Marvin. And he's saying that he started it not actually with fashion. Eventually, the business kept growing. So he is already operating in 2 different cities. We're talking about Juba. We're talking about that is Arua City. So it's really a great achievement. Well then, Marvin, still back to you. Why, after all these other businesses that you could come up with as a gentleman, why did you choose fashion? Yet you said earlier on you had quite a number of businesses running in your mind. You could do other things, but you single-handedly decided to choose fashion as a gentleman. Why? Yet so many people believe that actual fashion is normally done by ladies, and there are a few gents who are into this, and normally the gents that I see who normally do fashion, they go for gents wears. And it's the same thing I am seeing in your shop, though there are few ladies wears, but most of them are for gents. Why did you choose that?
Yeah, as I said, people has different dreams to always follow, and different way of them making their own money. And when you look at our current generation, it is really a generation which is full of loving fashion kind of stuff. We're no longer in generation whereby people fast they think of other things first before like putting in their body. During those days, like for someone to put expensive clothes, this person must be having other kind of business, or be having a plot of land, or be having good work that could be raising them some good kind of income before they put it on liabilities like a fashion. But now that is at the past. Our generation right now is the generation that wants to look unique when in public or when in event occasions everywhere. So you'll find there's no way that you are going to look good or unique in front of people without fashion. So it always needs you to put on something good for you to attract the attention of the people. So when I read that, I've seen that the statistics is showing that at least in Uganda right now, 70% of the youths, they love fashion, and they love putting on the latest trend. So if I said I need to stick on one hustle or the phone access or other hustles, these are the hustles that may take time for you to make something out of it, or for you to make sales. For instance, if I really want to say I need to deal with the phone, it's not right now, like people are not all that having that money for them to afford phone, because you may find like phones are kind of expensive. And as I said, also our generation, they don't need this cheap kind of phones. Like during those days, you just need something, just a gadget for you to communicate. But nowadays, they need good phones. They need iPhones, they need Samsungs, they need Oppo's phones with a good cameras. And these phones are very expensive. And for you to afford this phone, you always, like if you're in Uganda, you need to do hustle of 3 to 4 months, even sometimes a year, for you to get iPhone 12 or iPhone 13. And so I can be dealing with the phone whereby I wait a period of 1 year to sell a one phone, or to sell 10 phones, you know that. So I decided like I need to get something, even if it's a low earning kind of a project, but I wanted it in consistency, you understand. So when I look at it, and I look at the statistics, and I look at the economy map, I decided to say that let me stick on fashion. So I started doing it, as you said, like at least when events are happening right now, like in Arua, you live along this period of fasting. It's a kind of tough period, because the Muslims are fasting, and events are not happening like right now. But like after this period, you find like events are happening, so many things are happening in town. People have a lot of like gigs outside, so these things are always be covered like with fashion kind of thing, because you can't be going to the birthday or party or shows or any kind of, even if it's a meeting, you need to look unique before you go out. So when these things are happening, at least people are consuming, they are buying things, yeah. And you find like you're always making sales, and even if you earn low, but you earn in consistency, at the end of the day, what you made in a period of 10 months or 1 year is quite bigger than someone who waited a period of 5 or a full year to sell 2 to 10 things, whereby you even earn less, because in a due course you're running it under expenditures. So if you calculate your expenditure from now to the next 5 months, you find that what you spend will be bigger than even what you made in that particular period. So I decided to deal on this because it covers my daily expenditures, and it covers me in other things, that it makes me to do a kind of a little savings, at least in a daily basis. So that is the main reason I decided to choose fashion. And then the other thing is, I'm also one person, I could also said, okay, let me leave fashion and do other things, but I really like this kind of projects, or a work whereby you take long to earn, or you take long to earn a specific figure. You know, I don't like that. Someone who just wanted to earn in a daily basis, it doesn't matter how much it is. So you find that at the end of the day, you'll be better, and you'll be making it more than someone who earns a particular figure and earns it once in a while. That was my main aim of doing the fashion.
Yeah, that's really so thoughtful of you. And you know, there are people who actually, most of the youths are guys who they need money each and every day. And that's why most of the youths are becoming self-employed. They want to do a small-scale business to realize that at the end of the day, they are doing something. Whereas the graduates who are on street, but they are earning than sitting home and not getting anything at the end of the day. That's really so thoughtful of you. But I think still we're now going to this very particular question. Much as I am seeing few of ladies wears, but most of them are for gents. I don't know if because you are a gentleman or because most of your customers are gents. I'm seeing most of the trending and the latest outfits right in your shop. Why did you choose to do 90% of gents and 10? I should even say 95% for gents, but 5% for ladies. Why? Is this the same thing you're also doing in South Sudan, or the opposite is the truth?
No. I decided to do this because there was a main reason behind that. In business, as an entrepreneur, you always need to go for high consumption rate. You need to go for the areas whereby people are consuming. There are more consumers than suppliers. You know that. So when I came here at first, I was actually having more of lady staffs than gents. But to some point, ladies they started like their rate of buying things started like lowering. So, and to some point, the gents, they started also buying things like at a higher scale. And what I did was I decided to bring more of gent stuffs and than the one of ladies. But this is not a permanent or stationary kind of situations. I always do this like periodically, because you find some periods like gents can buy more things here than ladies, and there will also be a period whereby ladies can buy more than the gents. So I always work this in statistics way. I see which periods goes best for men and which one goes best for ladies. And the other thing is someone who is targeted. Yeah, okay, and someone who is profit-minded, and someone who wants to achieve things in a short time. As much as they're shortcuts, but I always use that like perfective measures to see that I achieve something that will take me long in a short time by using those measures. So when I said I wanted to balance these things 50-50, you'll find that when you bring 50% of the things for ladies and 50% of the men, you find that maybe 1 week, those ones for men will get done. And you also find these ones for ladies takes like 1 month. So if you calculate that period, there will be a difference of 3 weeks. So in that 3 weeks, if you are to say you all bring things for men, you will be making a good money. You see, so that's why I decided to bring more of men than ladies. And then the other thing is, as much as I'm bringing few of ladies, I always bring things that are targeted. Things that are consumers demand. So the few I bring for ladies, they are going. So which means like they will make me to have consistency in changing them, like buying and selling them. So that's how I do it. That's why I bring more of men and lady staffs. But all in all, they are going well, and I'm doing good.
That's really awesome of you, Marvin's Fashions live at Concord. And of course, that is where we are right up now with the Business Bank running on a West Nile television. Like I did say, you can follow us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and watch us on that is Zuku TV channel 0073. Your host is Lady Bits together with Marvin Fashions. And today, basically, we're looking at fashions and why he chose a fashion. That's what he has been telling you for all these moments. We started right from 10 a.m. We're winding this show up at 11 a.m. sharp. And all I need to tell you is that keep it locked on a West Nile television. We'll be right back. Do not move an inch from your TV set. Good morning, West Nile television. We're lighting up the region.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
A brand new Global Star TV with StarTimes Inside Technology. New TV innovation with an inbuilt decoder that connects you to both StarTimes antenna and satellite signal. With StarTimes inside Global Star TV, you can enjoy over 300 local and international channels, 1 month StarTimes highest bouquet for free, automatic system update, more benefits, more affordable. StarTimes inside Global Star TV is available in all StarTimes branches and dealers countrywide. StarTimes Inside, entertainment inbuilt.
We are the passion you've been waiting for! It's Yunus Junior Santamu! It's our league, our football, our boys, our style. StarTimes UPL new season starts 15th September. Go for it! What a finish from Ashraf Bukume! The Ugandan flair, Brazilian samba, Portuguese magic, the night football craze. More TV games live on Senyuka Prime and Fufa TV only on StarTimes. The StarTimes UPL, our league, go for it.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
I must welcome back for the last edition of this very particular business bank live on West Nile television, and we lighting up the region. A little bit back one more time with Marvin Fashions. Hey, gentlemen, you're most welcome back.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, our dear viewers, thank you so much for still keeping it locked on West Nile TV, and we are getting for yet the last 30 minutes of this very particular one. And guess what? We're gonna be looking at a quite number of things. Earlier on, we're in person to know who exactly Marvin Fashions is and what he deals with, where did he start, how far has he gone. So right upon now, we are getting to know the challenges he's facing in this business, the benefits, his marketing strategy, and quite a number of things, the future plans. These are things I will expect you to pay key notice about this, and to know that how best can you rectify your business. What do you need to do to add on to your business? Yes, Marvin, let's straight away look at your marketing strategies. How do you do your marketing? Looking at where you are located and how do customers reach out to you. Is this place really in the strategic location? Or I don't really understand how best, because as I was even coming, I fixed it around a little bit until I located it. So maybe you tell us something about that.
Well, I have different ways of marketing my business, as much as being like located in well strategic place matters a lot in a business. But now we're no longer in those old days. We are now living in a world of technology. So with that, I don't see really like me locating closer to the road or in a crowd is most important thing for me. I don't need it because it also have other side effects, like more special when you locate closer road or in a place where people are a lot, let me say well-crowded places, there's always a lot of like side effects on it. So when I came here, I really felt that like to see if I can locate my business closer to the roadside, a place which is located. But since then, I could not find such kind of place. So when I came here, I had to find this place. So normal when you also like locating yourself. You need to have that with the future kind of aspects, because right now you see where I am today. How will I be, or how will this place be in the next 3 to 4 years, or next 2 to 5 years? You'll see it. So that was my main aim of locating myself here. It's really hidden. As you said, if you come for the first time, you always get confused. So when I came here, I also look at the place and the situations of business in Arua and how I'm supposed to do it. So I started creating some ways of publishing the business outside. I mean, to advertise the business. So I did this. I started to come up with an idea whereby at first I started creating relationships, okay, because it was my first time being in Arua business wise, and my first time to do something in Arua whereby I was not known actually, business wise, as much as few people know me, but they didn't know that I was doing something within the town. So what I did was I started to look at those factors. Then later on I decide by creating relationships, okay, whereby I look at people who are public figures, people who are phenomenal within town. I started making those people as my friends, because it will be through them whereby I can easily be known. So when I did that, I also started to look which kind of people, because there are more people who are well known, they are like public figures, but now I look at the people who are public figures in fashion way or in the fashion industry, because if I'll say, okay, I need to get a famous doctor or famous teacher or famous border guy within town, it's not going to help me out in my business. So what I did was I looked all the sectors. I started creating myself like trying to cooperate with the music industry, because normally my business goes with music. So I started creating friendships with those people who are publicly known and they are artists. So I started bringing some few in. I work with them, like always make sure they have sorts in time, and whenever they're performing in events, I make sure I give them outfits from here from them to perform, and so many ways. So we've been working hand in hand to see that things worked out. That was one the strategy I used. And the other thing was normal when you're dealing with fashion and design, you need to do what? You need to always be online, okay? You need to be more social media stuff. So I normal do photography. I can sometimes hire some guys to come and we take some pictures. Those pictures will be posted online, and I always make sure those are known people. Once they posted, at least some people will ask, their friends will ask, where are you getting this from? So once when they have such a question, immediately they will refer those people towards me. I'm getting my things from Marvin Fashion House. So that's how I do it. That is the second thing I use, the plan I use. Then the other one is I also at my place I do promotions. Not all that kind of public promotion. I always see when you come to my place for the first time, I make sure that I give you like 60% or 40% of discount from what I sell. Like I can decide to sell you something without even making a profit from the price I can give. Or I also see, okay, today like you've visited my place 3 times in a week, so I need to appreciate that, because it's always few who are doing that. I can say, okay, today you have supported me with 2 pairs, let me give you extra t-shirt. That was how I used to market. And then the other thing is, as I said, I've been in other media platforms. Like whenever I receive new stocks, I make sure I posted them for people to access. I also have my pages whereby I can post these things, and people will always access them in time, people who are in social media. And those who are not in media, this is how I always do. Like I make sure like I get someone, a person, as I said, who is known, sometimes I do it with them. So people will sit through from such a person, then they were able to locate me. So there's so many things I can do. And then the other thing is, beginning it was hard. The place was not known. So what I did to expose the place was like, if you're an artist or you're a model or you're someone who can deal with the fashion kind of thing, also look, okay, like today you're an artist, you have a performance in Koboko or in Adjumani. But even if you have your own thing, since I have that feelings that I need to be exposed, I need to make something, I could not say that pay me money. At the same time, you also like, you'll help me to promote. I don't do that. I'll say, okay, today, since you're going to perform in Koboko, you should help me. Okay, I can give you that humble request. Let me be the one to design you. Yeah, I can design you, you perform, or in your due course of performance, at least I always make sure that I dressed you in a very terrific way, a perfect way, whereby you will attract the attention of the public. So once you perform in such a crowd, you find that at the end of the day, some people can approach, where is this artist dressing from? So normal, that's how I get my gigs. And the other thing is, I also had some little friendships with some media personnels. Yeah, who had been doing that. They had been helping me out, like more special, like if I have some challenges, you know, I be honest, because like there's no way that you're not going to make it without somebody. You know that, so you always need the other side or other wing for you to lift up, and that's how always I do. Yeah, I'd been having those humble requests towards them, and they'd been like so helpful to me. So you always know, like, media is the only way that you can get exposed, and the only way you can be located. So I had also a few friends like that. They had been helping me a lot. Yeah, that's how I've been doing it.
Well, then, that's been about the marketing strategies about the place and the business as well. And before actually open up a business, look at, where am I going to locate this business? Is it in a very strategic area? Is it really helpful? Is what I am doing working out actually well? Before I set this, who are my consumers? Who are my potential customers? What do I need to do? These are the things you need to do before actually opening up a business. We know it's always very hard. The hectic bit of it is there. Not that every road you move on is smooth. There's that rough part. So it goes on both ways. The same thing that happens with business. Don't look at someone, hey, this person is doing well, I think I need to be like Marvin Fashions. You don't really know what he has gone through to achieve this. If maybe some of the business owners are not that patient enough, trust me, it won't work out. It really won't work out. But sometimes it needs your mind, and it needs some bit of patience. So if you have that, it moves on awesome. So this ushers us into knowing the challenges that you have been facing in this business, right from South Sudan. When you started all this, you went as far as that is Zambia, you proceeded to Nairobi, you came back to that is your own town and your own city. And how has it been like? What were the challenges that you are facing, since right now you're operating two businesses? There's this and then there's that one of South Sudan. Maybe you can highlight us the challenges that you are facing in them.
Yeah, I'm just going to be brief. I'll start from South Sudan. Like right now, the major challenge facing that side is the inflation in the currency rate. Yeah, as per now, like we used to change like $100. It used to be like 50,000 or 65,000 pounds, but right now it has gone from 65 to 200. Yeah, it's really a major kind of thing, and you find that if you're doing business scales which is 10 million right now, you're relying on 3 million, from 10 to 3 or 10 to 4. That is the major challenge. And the other thing is also like lack of my presence in that business due to the distance issues. So I really face that challenge, because sometimes you find in a business, customers need your presence. They need that particular person for them to do a transaction. So normally, if you're not around, they will not like love that way, prefer that way of doing the particular business with the other person you left behind. Not only that, sometimes like your presence, your way of convincing customers matters a lot. So you'll find at the end of the day, if you're not around and you leave someone behind, that person is not going to have that convincing power like the way you have. Because being in a business, you always need to handle customers. You're your first priority. You need to know how to talk to them. You need to know how to give your service to them. So those are few challenges that I faced at that side. Maybe perhaps lastly, it is the high taxation. Yeah, it's real much on the side of foreigners when not indigenous there. There's always a difference in based on the payment of taxes. So those are the three major factors I faced from that side. Yeah.
Maybe back to that is Arua City.
Arua here, yeah. It has been hard, as we said, but I think for now, I'm far away from where I started, and in that due course, I will face challenges. The challenges that I've been facing are the lack of exposure. Yeah, people were not like, few people knows my location, and few people knows like what I'm doing. Few people knows about like Marvin Fashions. And then the other thing is, as I said, when I came back from Nairobi, the man I came with was like a little kind of a capital. The income was little, so I was not able to set up a complete project. So I started it little. So, you know, like when you're dealing with fashion, at least you need to have that complete or comprehensive fashion house whereby anyone who enters in your room will able to love something, and when someone likes something at the end of the day will end up making choice and buy something. So due to that financial instability, I was not able to bring things fully. So you find that customers may come, they will not find something that they need. So it has been also a challenge to me. And the other thing was people like low consumption rate. I know that was not due to the quality things, but it was due to the lack of like maybe let me say it was not due to the quality things, but it was due to the current economic situation now. Like right now, people are going like under financial crisis, so people won't be able to having like excess money to see that they put it on liabilities like fashions and other things. So Arua here, like the rate of sale is really low, like at the beginning, but for now there's some kind of upgrade. And then the other thing is maybe the rentals, because I started it with a little capital, and though I paid like at first I paid like 3 months, and after that I was still having that challenge in payment of the rents because it was kind of like very high. So when the after the 3 months, it was really like kind of difficult for me to raise some good money whereby I can also pay more extra 3 months. But that was at the beginning of the business. But for now, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm doing well. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, being in business, you need some bit of, you know, a conscience as well. But amidst all the challenges that one faces in business, there's only one thing you need to know, that, like I did say earlier on, that nothing is put on a silver plate. Everything that comes, there's smooth part of it, and there's also hard part of it. So when you're weighing this, make sure that whatever thing you are doing, you're going to be doing it wholeheartedly and passionately, knowing so well that at the end of the day, I am going to achieve something to make sure that my life is okay, or whatever thing I am doing. In case tomorrow I'll not be there, I'll be retired, I'll be resting, I'll say no to this business and move to the other. So that is it about the challenges being faced in business by Marvin's Fashions. So we all know that good moves with bad and challenges moves with benefits. So we're in position to know the challenges that he has been facing in his business. This alone will usher us to know whatever benefits that he has been, you know, getting in this business. What has he so far done, and how far is he? Actually, where we are looking at the place is actually one of the benefits that I should tell, that is Marvin. Otherwise, benefits that you have really achieved in this business.
Yeah, I think I appreciate When I started this, it was like something little, but after that, I was able to achieve some few things, as you can see, like from one room to another. Yeah, I've really achieved that so far. Yeah, because I started it like a one room, and then the other thing is I also like have to do so many things like right now out of this business, like also payment of school fees and other things. So I think those are major two achievements that I've so far acquired out of the business. Yeah, it's not all that much since I've just progressed, but as you also said, like I've acquired some kind of like achievement through all this. The first achievement is I was able to like extend this from one branch to another, and then the other thing is, since it has been expanded kind of brand now, I'm also able to create an opportunity for the youths and so on, so that I make sure also like people like who are having nothing to do also have some little to do, as we keep like trying it for the meantime. And then the other thing is I'm also able to like pay some kind of school fees burdens off. Then yeah, those are one of the major three achievements that I've so far acquired from the business. Yeah. And then maybe lastly, I also like, since it has expanded, like it's becoming a stable kind of thing, I also like, it has been the community around, the people around supporting me. I also do this like to offer this back to them. The favor in return. So normal I do it like periodical, maybe once in a week or a month. I do also visit people, maybe in hospital or just in the street. I can pick anyone and I help out for a day, just to see that I also like put a kind of impact in someone, since it has been the very people trying to support me in the particular business. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Yeah, I can do that because in life we rise by lifting others, and being selfish is not the priority for you to make it in life. So I always do that. Like, that's why you're seeing like I'm trying to be here with 2 to 3 people, and if you are to look at the business structure, to be honest, it doesn't need like 2 to 3.
That's true.
Yeah, but I'm doing that because I also need others to rise up. I can do that. And maybe perhaps lastly, concerning the advice to the youths, I wanted to tell everyone out there who is following West Nile TV, I wanted to tell them that you should always have vision in life. You should always have a dream, and you always need to put that in practice. You should not wait someone to tell you that do something. Always like you should be that one person to create something. I know like a lot of our youths right now, like as you said, some are graduates and some like they have quitted from school due to the school fees challenges. But now you find those who are graduates who say, okay, I've did medicine, I just need to stay at home and wait for my time. And who may knows, you may say 20 years without making anything. So the only thing I can tell them is like, after your course, you also need to have to do something, create something to do as you meet your dream course. Dream work. And then for those who quitted from school and they don't have something to do, I wanted to tell them out there that like in this life, you always need to provide for yourself, or you need to do something for yourself before someone does it for you. So if you're not going to do that, you find it hard. At the end of the day, you find yourself in problems. So that's the only thing I can tell them. But all in all, let's keep working and we keep trying than failing to try. Yeah,
that definitely ushers us to at the end of this very show. But before I summarize, he as well has to give his last remark about this, and we call it a day.
My last remark is it goes to you for coming through, and West Nile TV for supporting me. It's really my first experience and I really appreciate it, and I know it will be the one factor that will help me throughout. Yeah, and then the other thing is I also thank the viewers. Some people I know right now, they're streaming us live and they're getting to know more about. So I really appreciate them for also sacrificing their time to follow us in this particular moment. So all in all, I thank West Nile TV for the chance. Yeah.
Right, thank you so much, Marvin Fashions, right located at Concord. And I want to say thank you so much for honoring our call, for allowing us to come through and for giving us the time to share with you and as well to share us your knowledge. And away from that, I want to salute that is each and every one of you out there who is right now viewing West Nile Television, Business Bank, and quite a number of programs that will be coming back to back. Hey, Elliot, I greet you all, and of course, to the rest of the fans out there. Let's catch up again next Wednesday. Let it beats, I shine out.